It's Anything Goes with Kim Berns. So here's your host, Kim Berns.
Welcome to Anything Goes. I'm Kim Berns.
I'm Meredith Bach.
And Happy New Year to everyone.
And our new time slot.
Here we are. It's
2 p.m.
2 o'clock. I think it's 2 o'clock.
It's been a little tricky today getting used to the time zone change, as I call it.
Yes. For our regular listeners, we have gone from the 11 to 12 to 2 to 3.
2 to 3.
And thank you for joining us today.
We've got a great show for us, for everybody today. We've got a special guest in the studio with us this afternoon, Marty Hackel. Welcome to the show, Marty.
Marty,
nice
all
to
right.
be here. Hello.
Thank you.
Hello.
Thank you for coming in.
Marty's the ambassador, as we like to say, from Golf Digest. He's the fashion voice. And what I think is really important that sums it all up about you, Mr. Hackel, is a quote that you are known for. It's not what you wear, it's how you wear it.
Yes, indeed.
That's right.
Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Does
Well,
that
welcome.
mean that, and we can talk about this later, but does that mean you can wear cheap stuff if you wear it well?
Yeah, it means that Uniqlo is just as good as Laura Piana.
Well, if Roger Federer and Adam Scott are wearing Uniqlo, I'll wear it.
You know that Adam Scott's entire wardrobe, pants,
Yeah.
belt,
Yeah.
shirt, socks, you can buy all of that at the Uniqlo store
Wow.
for less than $100.
That's amazing.
And get change.
I was at one of their big stores in the city recently, and you really walk around with your eyes popping open at the amazing assortment of sportswear.
You know the other great thing that Uniqlo does? They don't overwhelm you with a trillion choices. So when you go in there, you've got something to focus on.
Right.
Well, you can look at, okay, here's a whole sea of cashmere in 10 colors. Here's the winter puff jacket, and it's all reasonably priced.
Yeah.
And it's clean looking. I think it's the clean lines that's really selling.
Don't you leave there and start thinking, how come these prices are so good?
Right.
And every place else I go, it's like add 2 more zeros.
Yeah.
Well, you kind of feel like a sucker when
Yeah.
you're paying those other prices. But Roger Federer, of course, converted from, well,
He was
he's-
Nike. He's
Nike.
wearing his Nike
He's still
sneakers,
a little bit of Nike still, right?
Still wearing Nike shoes.
Yeah, still Nike shoes.
That's a deal that's going to continue for a little bit longer until they figure out what to do with this.
And I want to talk to you later about him playing with Serena,
Okay, at the Hopman Cup.
right?
Yep. Now that I have the tennis channel, finally, I'm excited to talk
Oh,
about.
yes, I have that too.
Finally got
Hooray.
it. We're
That is a
Yeah.
Fairfield
whole-
County just got the tennis channel. And
Oh,
got
and
it, too.
Bob,
All right.
Bob, who has a cold. Poor Bob.
Thanks for being here, Bob.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
We're glad you're. Oh, you sound
Don't
very.
I sound great on
you
microphone
sound
now?
good.
Actually, I
Yeah.
think it's Bob. I want to say it's a little sexy, Bob.
That's good.
I know. I like it too, but
Whoa.
what I have to go through to get this voice?
I don't know. Well, you didn't have to go through what this girl went through in Vietnam. She had her nose was itchy and swollen. The 6-year-old girl reportedly experienced these symptoms, and it turned out she had a leech living inside her nasal cavity. A doctor
gosh.
removed it.
Oh my gosh.
That's
terrible.
where do you find these stories?
Bob, I was just thinking of you. I'm always thinking of you, Bob.
I want to mention we have 2 other guests in the studio with us. Maddie Cush is here with us today. She's our intern today, helping us out with videotaping
Bravo,
it.
Maddie.
And she's a
Yes.
senior at Bucknell. We're glad you're here, Maddie. Thanks.
Thanks for
give a
joining
wave.
us.
Yes,
And
hi,
then we have
Maddie.
our favorite nutritionist, Debbie Weiser.
Nancy.
Nancy.
It's
I did that last
it's
time, didn't
Debbie's
I?
sister,
Oh my
Nancy.
God. Such a dope. All right, I'm
Nancy-
going to let you run
That's
with
all right.
this.
Nancy Weiser of Wiser Choices. I woke up at about 4 in the morning thinking, what if Nancy's last name was Lousy? And it was Lousy Choices. But it's not. It's Nancy Weiser of Wiser
Weiser.
Choices.
Oh, very good.
I really did. I mean, that's what you get for having the New Year's resolution of cutting back on your drinking. Your brain is on overdrive all the time.
Which is not a bad thing, Kim.
I don't know. For me, it's a
Do
little
you have
bit
a
lethal.
notebook next to your bed to write little
I have
stuff?
a number of those.
Oh, good.
I have a number of
Do you
those.
get up and write down what your
Jokes.
last dream was?
Well, you know what? I wake up more frequently with a punchline for a joke I've been writing.
Okay.
So then I have to write that down. Yeah. So yes. So dreams sometimes, but always the punchline because you'll lose it.
Amen.
You'll forget it.
Okay.
You'll forget it. But we're going to be talking to Nancy later in the hour about all of our incredible New Year's resolutions.
I just try to stay positive. That's my resolution.
Oh,
just to
isn't
stay
that a
positive.
cop-out, Marty?
I know.
positive. That should last about a day and a half.
Or at least till the end of the show.
Right.
And before the show, Marty had a trick question for Maddie about what her second resolution was. That was a trick question, wasn't it?
No, but I mean, everyone always asks you, and the first one is always, well, I'm, going to cut down on
Healthy.
carbs.
Yeah.
I'm not going to drink soda pop
Or
anymore.
my budget, I'm going to follow my budget.
Well, it's always the same every year. So right
Okay.
here in the post yesterday, it says, get real with your resolutions. The goal, clean up your diet. Saute some broccoli. Of course, we all know the story. We're going to talk to Nancy more about that, of how to make it more interesting.
I want to
so
know
that you
if
that you stick with it,
sauteing
right?
versus
I wanna read this.
roasting it versus steaming it. I want to know the difference.
Those are
you
the
ready for that,
things we're
Nancy?
gonna know.
She's ready. Okay, good.
Okay, and so some of our other goals are devouring a book every week. It's
A week?
completely
A book a week?
ridiculous because you're never going to do that.
If I was on the train every day going into the city, maybe.
I can't get through a magazine a week.
Well, and Marty, you drive to the city, so it wouldn't be a very good
No,
idea for you to read
I
while
take
you drive.
the train.
Oh,
I
you
take the
do?
train. Did you see how many books Obama read last year?
Wow.
Well, he's retired.
He has Cliff Notes.
Well, he's giving a lot of speeches, I think.
Yeah, he needs to. He probably just has somebody do post-its on each page what to read. The highlights.
Maybe he learned how to speed read.
Oh,
I think
speed
he's
reading.
I think there are people
You know what?
that
It's a
do
great
read
idea.
at an accelerated rate
That's a great idea.
versus some other folks. I happen
Yeah.
to be a speedy reader,
Yeah.
but there are other people it's very difficult to get through a book quickly and comprehend it.
I go in little
Are you in snippets?
snippets. I can do. All of a sudden, I'm like, wow, I did pretty well there, and then all of a sudden, I can't read the next page.
No, I'm very slow. I'm
Yeah.
You're slow?
I'm doing the voices and everything.
Oh, that's cool. That's very good.
All right.
I'm just kidding.
Well, the other thing you can do is try to run 4 times a week. That's kind of tricky.
I think that's
Yeah.
bad on your body. I don't like that.
All right. Well,
Pounding, a lot
the
of
pounding and
I've got
stuff.
an excuse for everything.
You listen to her excuse. Well, these people are trying to, aim a little higher, Meredith,
Okay.
and they're saying forget flailing through a 10K right now.
Okay.
But if you start out slowly by saying to yourself, at least 4 times a week, I'm going to exercise in some fashion.
Right, which
Right?
I do.
You're
that.
doing that anyway.
I do that, and you do
Marty,
that
you're
too,
doing
Marty.
Oh, yeah.
that?
Yeah, for sure.
Marty, you
Right?
talked about going into Equinox, and you're going to have to show them your eyes to get in now. What happened?
Oh, there's the retina
Retina-
thing. So now to get into the locker room, you've got to look at this little thing, and it
So they
lets you
really
into
don't
the-
want anybody trying to sneak in. They want the real person.
Well, I think that's the executive locker room to tell you the
oh,
truth.
well, yeah.
Oh, geez. Well, Equinox, a little highbrow for me.
Yeah.
Little highbrow.
Now,
But
you talked about the executive locker room at the Equinox. The Masters is about 99 days away, and you know a lot about golf. What is the past champion going to serve in the clubhouse there?
Well, he's Patrick Reed. Bone-in ribeye,
Ooh,
mac and cheese,
I like that.
oh no,
Cream
that'll kill
spinach.
you. That'll kill you.
creamed corn. Everything
Nancy's
you shouldn't
cringing
have.
over there.
Caesar salad. Now, we're gonna maybe we could call him on here right now and find out what he's gonna serve
For dessert, yeah.
Because he didn't even,
But every single one of those is a heart stopper,
yeah.
right?
There's going to be room for dessert?
I don't know.
Well, it's Patrick Reed.
Yeah, he's
Is he famous for
gusto.
that?
Well,
he's a gusto.
no, but he's a little bit on the edge
little
on certain
portly.
things.
Well, maybe
Yeah.
it's the old style Southern cooking.
He lives in Texas, right?
Yes, Houston, Texas.
All right.
Woodlands, the Woodlands.
Oh,
is where
right.
he
I
lives.
Yeah, it's a
I get
beautiful
that.
area. It's a
Well,
beautiful
hopefully
area.
I'll get to the Masters, Marty, so we can walk a few of the nice
Oh,
fairways
wouldn't
there.
that
and
be great?
Have a lemonade and a cheese sandwich, or
And every Masters is the best one.
It is.
I mean,
I love it.
it's if you go to one golf tournament in your life, if you watch one golf tournament on TV, that's the one to watch.
Now, who gets to go to the Masters? Not me.
it's a
Well,
You've
it's
got
a
your
lottery.
badges.
Well,
Yeah.
there are people that annually get tickets, and then there's a lottery for those extra tickets
which
that
I
are
try
available.
but never get in.
But you got to keep trying because you never know.
I try to ask a player to give me a guest pass, which works usually, on occasion. But it's a special place. It's like Disneyland for golfers.
You know what
really is.
happens with guest passes at the U.S. Open tennis?
Uh-oh.
If you're a player, you get guest passes.
That's true.
But they're only good for 2 days after your last loss.
Or how
so if
about-
you lose in the first week,
They get
someone
pulled.
gave me a pass, and I went like the third day, and they said, "Oh, this doesn't work anymore."
Well,
The
what
other-
if you win?
Then you
Well,
keep going.
I
It keeps
figured,
going.
yeah, hello.
Well, if you go to the player box where you become a guest, that's only for that match. So you can't stay for any other matches. Try that one, Marty.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, and they're probably making you look with the eye into some sort of radar too.
High
huh?
security at
High
the
security.
at the
yeah,
Billie Jean
but
King
what
National
about going
Tennis
to
Center.
Wimbledon, sitting in that box?
pretty
I
special.
mean, that should be one of. It's certainly one of the things on my list.
Oh,
Have you done it?
No, but before I go, that's one of the things I want to do.
I was fortunate enough to sit in the player box at Wimbledon. It was fantastic.
Marty,
Yeah.
what would you wear when you get the invitation?
A smile.
And and a jacket.
You better wear something else because I think they'll probably, pan you in the crowd.
Probably you can't ever make a mistake with a blue blazer.
Because
always,
you have to
yeah.
really dress for Wimbledon, don't you think? I mean, it's nice
Yeah.
to dress.
There is
Yeah.
a dress code for
Yeah,
those
it's like
special
a-
sections.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a job interview or meeting your father-in-law. You have to really,
Step
make
it
an
up.
effort.
It's a special
Yeah,
event too.
Yeah.
It's a very much
You
a
gotta
special
bring it.
event. That's true. I would agree with that.
So, what'd you do for New Year's, Marty?
Went to the movies.
What'd you see?
I love that Clint Eastwood thing. I don't know
Oh, the
why people
mule.
didn't
the
like
mule.
the
I
mule.
loved the
I
mule.
thought
Bob,
it was
have you
so
seen the mule?
cool.
It's a great movie. It's a feel-good movie. He's very old, but the whole movie, the premise is cute. It's well done. Good actors.
I think cute is not the word for the mule.
Bradley Cooper's in it.
Yeah, Bradley Cooper, and he's got a nice part.
It's a good part.
And Clint finally, once again, Clint always gets into all of his movies a scene where he's eating ice cream because he loves ice cream.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Is that kind of like
Yeah.
Hitchcock always
Yeah, at
walking
his
through
golf
his
course
movies?
in California, he's got a thing on the 14th hole. He's got an ice chest there with ice cream.
that's
You're
awesome.
just going to help yourself.
Oh,
It's
that's
so
lovely.
cool.
That's a great idea.
So, all right, so you saw the mule.
Saw the mule.
I liked the
Chinese food after? What'd you have? What'd you do?
Just a little Italian.
A little
Nothing
Ita-
serious.
All right. And you made cookies.
I made cookies that looked like a clock 2 minutes to 12. It was very labor intensive, but Maddie gave me the great idea, and everyone loved it. Everyone loved it. It looked really cute, and we had ice cream gelato with it. For
Well, I'm
dessert.
just glad that I wasn't in Times Square in the rain.
No,
Ooh, that must
I mean,
have
that's
been
brutal. Can you
and
imagine?
there's no place to go to the restroom.
No.
No.
It's a desperate
Disgusting.
a desperate person who needs to stand there all night.
Yeah, I heard Andy Cohen got very upset with the producers on CNN. He didn't want to have the umbrella over his head, or he insisted on an umbrella, and they said no. And he threw his
I thought
fit.
he and Anderson Cooper seemed a little. I don't
It's
know.
an odd couple.
It was not a good thing.
No,
they weren't having fun. And I know that everyone's had such a huge problem with Kathy Griffin, who
Right.
used to do it with
With
Anderson
Anderson.
Cooper. But it was a better combination. It attracted a different type of viewer.
I like Ryan Seacrest. I think he does a good job. I think, God bless Dick Clark, but Ryan Seacrest is the guy. He's the guy.
All right, so movies. Talking about movies. Okay, you saw The Mule. I saw Roma.
How was it? It's disturbing, isn't it?
No, you know what? It was so overhyped. It was a beautiful film, and if I didn't have my husband sitting next to me saying, "When is the movie gonna start?"
Oh my God.
I never. And you know how that really can destroy.
I had friends see it,
An
and
art
he
film.
didn't use the word beautiful at all. He said it was disturbing.
Well, and it was slow,
Okay.
but really beautiful. So if you expect it to be slow and you don't have somebody next to you tapping their feet, then it's a fine film.
Yeah.
It's a fine film and worth seeing. But it's all black and white and it's all in subtitles.
wow.
So you have to be paying attention.
All right,
Yeah, hello.
There's
Yeah.
a film you got to see on the big screen, Mary, Queen of Scots. It's spectacular. The
Rave
young
reviews.
Irish gal, Ronan. Who's the actor? Bob. She's terrific. She's Mary. She's Mary, Queen of Scots, and it's a great movie.
And Margot Robbie does. a good
Margot
job, too.
Robbie, which I didn't even figure out till the end of the movie it was her. She was so good.
She's very talented.
She was in I, Tanya.
She was
Which
Tanya.
we
She
liked.
was Tanya.
She was Tanya.
She was Tanya. I happened to have the deluxe situation of being at the IMAX Aquaman.
All right, I've heard it's great. I've heard it's
Ooh,
great.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
want to do that.
It's even more fun when you take 3 10-year-olds.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
yeah, it was a blast because first of all, with these huge blockbusters, the sound. And then you're in an IMAX theater.
Yeah.
It's really completely amazing. And let me tell you, the star who's Aquaman, Jason Momoa. Momo.
Okay.
And I
Yeah.
never had seen him before. I don't know if you're familiar with this actor, Bob. He really just grabbed this role and ran with it. The guy's got to be at least 6'5".
Wow.
And he was completely amazing. The graphics, the computer graphics
Yes.
of the underwater scenes, just to absolutely blow
I
your
gotta
mind.
see it. I hear
But
it's great.
But it's also funny.
Maddie, have you seen Aquaman yet? No? Okay. I would think that's your crowd.
I think the actor, though, is in Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
Game of
he comes from
Thrones
a
guy.
Yeah.
He's
Ah.
That's why.
Oh, there you go. Okay, he kind of looks like that. He whips his hair around a lot, and he was the
His
guy
wet hair?
that in high school we used to call a dirtbag. He kind of looks like a dirtbag, except when he's swimming.
Hey,
yeah.
wait a second. The Blacklist is starting again.
Oh, gosh. I
Tonight,
love that show.
I think.
Oh, I don't know.
NBC.
That show
yeah,
keeps
that
going.
should be cool.
That's a good show.
Yeah, this is, I think, year 6 or year 7.
They're terrific. Yeah. All right. So are we going to take a quick break?
We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to talk to Nancy about everything you need to know about your diet and health for this new
It's
year.
going to be important to listen.
Stay tuned. It's 1490 WGCH.
From the WGCH Weather Center.
Partly sunny this afternoon. Temperatures 40 to 45. Mostly clear.